person, we begin to acquire the traits of both parents, of all that is surrounding us, the educational system, everything goes into impressing a certain amount of information which we process as an identity. We're told that we are such and such. We're told that we're fantastic, that we're beautiful, that we're the best. So we compete in school and we become the best, please mommy or daddy. Or we're told that we're stupid. And we go through life thinking that, well, I'm not stupid, but underneath that, I'm not stupid, the defiance is stupid. So it's kind of a secret inside the personality. You've been told that you are beautiful or fat or ugly or whatever it is, and we've bought all of this information that has come into us. We've processed it, we've selected it, we've come up with this image of ourselves, this self, which we call our ego. Our ego has two components to it, as I mentioned earlier. One is those traits which are individual in you, which are your way of walking, those elements that go into your authenticity. And then there's also the egoism, the possessiveness, the mismanagement of emotions, the aggression, the fear, the obsequiousness, the manipulativeness of the ego, and that we call egoism. And that is what always shows up when we're talking in terms of ego, popularly known as egoism. I just want to make the distinction that for us, we are preserving the identity, devoid of the ego. So the premises for the creation of an ego actually refers to egoism. So, if you're wondering when your egoism shows up, it is not every time you say I, but it is every time you use the concept of I in a certain way. For example, the ego, in this sense, always regards itself as the center of the universe, center of the world. Everything is always about you. You are listening to people, and you are always thinking that they're alluding to you in some way or another. This also comes with the big face, what I call the big face syndrome. You don't know where to put your face. It's everywhere, and it's like you're in evidence. You are important. You're in the center of the world. Everything refers to you. Now, this may not be as marked as you think it is. You're not this way, but where comes out. Taking oneself to be the center of the world, center of the stage, and taking everything personally. Taking offense, defending oneself, being boastful, consciously being the subject. Taking offense is something that is going to happen a lot in this course. And I spoke about that yesterday. Yeah, because it's we erected this personality over X period of time, and we put a lot of effort into it. Not being, for example, like mommy or like daddy. And we find just like that. So it is, upsetting. So okay, polarity. The egoism always works in a world of opposites. What is good and bad, what is soft and pointy, what is light and dark, dual options, good and evil, correct and mistake. So people, you will judge people and yourselves in the same balance. Things are right or things are wrong. Okay. Aggression is bad, being peaceful and nice is good. Therefore, if you are aggressive in any way, shape, or form, which is absolutely natural, you are bad. If you're being nice, you're being good. No. What you don't see is that both are artificial. Categorization. As an ego, everything has got to belong to a category. This has a lot to do with that linear thinking. There's the material, the spiritual, the private, and the public. On this basis, the system is one of social behavior contrasting with personal experience. So there's a lot of social hypocrisy living up to standards, categories, pretense. Dissociation, fragmentation and specialization, division into component parts. So you get into an argument with somebody, or argument in the sense doesn't have to be a discussion of subjects or whatever it is, but let's say it's negative. Immediately you begin to categorize. No, I'm talking about this aspect, not about that aspect. As if you could separate an issue into component parts, which is what you could do with a radio, you could do with a machine, which you could not do with people. Psychologists have enough time dealing with fragments of personality, fragments of experience, instead of considering the whole thing. So categorization is one of the specialties of association. Association. Everything is justified. There's always a because. Speaking with somebody and they say, well, let's talk about it. It's infuriating because I say, okay, you can talk about it. It's like thinking that you can talk things through and convince the other person to your justification, your reasons for why you want something. When you get to be where I am, which will be very soon, if not already, you will see right through and you know that all of this is justification, an excuse for behavior or warning. Rationalizing the emotions. Control. The I, and sense, the ego always needs to be in charge, control of something. Usually it is oneself and somebody else that you feel belongs to. Not accept the fact that you're looking upon your friends and loves as ownership, but if you look deeply, this is part of what we have to eliminate from our relations. The need to control based on possession, oneself or someone else. Oh, and this includes the need to be right. There's a saying that I keep repeating to my students. Even if you're right, you're wrong. The idea that you're right is wrong. The know-all attitude. Usefulness. Using other people as though they were things or allowing oneself to be used. Sound familiar? Seeing the other or oneself as a function, capable of manipulation and a personal significance. This is so prevalent. We allow ourselves to be used in the name of love, caring, not to be alone. Being important, having some meaning in life, having a reason to live. Because without these things, in our society, the way that it exists now, we are not. So this is part of what happened during COVID. When people were deprived of communications and touch. So suicides rose, especially in adolescence, because we're not taught as a society to value oneself, inner connection. taught to see, or to really acknowledge yourself. So when you place such importance on your usefulness, what you need for somebody else, you're bound to be disappointed. Future. There's always a future for the ego. These are things that you need to be observing in yourself each time you fall into that category. There's always an intention, belief in continuity. You know, we look at the movies, there are all these people, there's always at least one scene, most of the time, where somebody's talking to a tomb. The people have died and they go to the tomb to talk to their mothers or their fathers or their husbands or their loved ones. There's a continuity, there's a belief that that person is in there or listening somehow. So infantile and stupid. And yet people hold on to this belief because without it, the world falls apart. So I think we are part of this new way of being able to exist with the knowledge that the person who dies goes and they have more to do with us and their earthly experience is finished. No matter how much we love them, no matter how important they were with us. And then whatever hurts when a person dies is your problem. You didn't tell them how much you loved them. So now you feel guilty. You missed your opportunity. Or dad, who was extremely demanding and was even cruel with you, never got to see you or love you. You always had no hope that he would see you or mom. And they died and they never did. So that guilt is always there. I could have, it could have been different. And it's my fault. This whole mentality regarding death, regarding discontinuity, is very important in our society. Excess. Oh, we have this in our world today so much. A lot of American influence, but I can't say it's the only one. Success. You're never successful. You always have to have more of something. Self-expansion, self-aggrandizement, the exaggeration, it keeps you in the center of the world, it keeps you in control over the greater number of people as possible. Obsession, having something to be worried about always. You know, some people get up in the morning and everything's fine, the birds are chirping, and it's beautiful day. Something to worry about. Something to worry about, or something to direct my anger at. Some kind of energy, you don't know what you need for something to sink your teeth in, you know, to give you an escape route. This is obsession. Usually in defense of oneself only, and taking oneself serious. This is perhaps the big. You're so serious. The issue of you is so serious. So and then the muscular tension and the psychic connection, which are typical of the issues. So I tried to make as comprehensive a list as possible here. This is given to you in this first module, but this will be a reference for all the modules to come. They will observe this. Much of what is given to you here is not to be forgotten. It's to be added onto. Things should be added onto. Yes, we've gone through tremendous effort to create a system of presenting material such a sequence that will give people a foundation they can process things. So this is why I'm not presenting chakras until 4 dimensions until the second, even though it's what people are fascinated by. Before that, we need the solid foundation. In the management of our world, in the management of our body, our emotions, our personal relations, how we think, the observation of how we're using our minds, what we give energy to, what we empower, what we avoid, all these stop mechanisms, go, stop, and accumulations. This is
in the point number 8 about future, we talked about how we think from the Jewish like got there, stupid person. That's a kind of a broad category. What came to mind was like when we, for example, involve the spirit of Martin Luther King as a or a Gandhi as a beacon of whatever. How does that fall into this whole conversation? Because effectively, if they're gone, and nothing ever happened.
no. Okay, good question. I've dedicated a whole book to that, which is not included at the moment. It's three written. It's called Legacy. Some companies do it, but I figured not to take myself out of it, which is keeping me here. Lives are lived with a very definite purpose of leaving made imprints upon humanity. And there's some archetypal lives that have lived that leave a deeper imprint. And there's some symbols that have also been personified, like freedom, like the outspokenness of Martin Luther King, the inspiration that he had, that isn't just for his time in California. And those are alive in 11th dimension, right? 11th dimension, and we access them. We access them as inspiration. They continue to feed us with those thoughts, in those phrases, with their presence. And that's the way that this whole system of worlds is built. What has gone on before us inspires us, leads us on, and then there's all of those with whom we're connected, who are looking to inspire new ideas that will add on to the evolution of humanity and the expansion of consciousness. Matter evolves, consciousness expands.
So, and on that same vein, then, would it be fair to say that if you had a grandfather who was very inspirational as a speaker, for example,
The inspiration is
man to let, but not like holding up to the idea of how he you?
Well, you can remember that too. There are memories which are alive in you, but they have to do with you. When you remember them, it's because it's impressed in you. It's not that your grandfather comes down from the heavens and appears to you and hugs you. It's because he left an imprint, which is so nourishing that you could recur to. But it is not the things. There's a lot of work going on now with Ascended Masters, for example, and influences from the higher spheres. Some of it is true, most of it isn't. Most of it is kind of made up, inspired in the ideas of beauty of the age, inspired in good intentions. And here, through our work, we're able to discriminate and be able to tell what is real from what isn't. But we stay with the good ideas. These things do exist. There are levels of reality, the form of dimension, where people who are very attached to the earth, earthbound spirits, roam around. And roam around trying to get meaning in worlds of their own creation, just like the people who are today. They're almost independent people. They have their own reality, their own world, and you can't get through to them. They even may be social, but it's like a world unto themselves. There's really no permeability there. Well, these spirits die and they continue the same way. Not in physical bodies, but in what is called psychic bodies, which are very close to matter in the astral plane. This is all stuff that you're going to learn about and to satisfy your curiosity for the moment. But you'll understand all this much, much better, very clearly over the next 3 years, especially the next 2. There are influences all the time, but they're within us, in our own world. We're approaching the subject of today in this first module, which is your personal energy bodies. They're contained, they're impressions. They're impressions which are contained within our own aura. They're of our own making or our own attraction or our own convenience. And these include people, these include things, these include habits, these include the way that we manage our emotions, for example. When we did drawings, because we did diagnosis, and we diagnosis of each and every one of you. It's part of the system that I developed years ago with my team there, and you will learn. You will learn this in the 3rd year. And we saw sometimes to your left, to your right, behind you, we saw some people with some adherences that were very friendly, some that were not so friendly, that weighed on you like bricks, which is probably mom or dad or something like that. And we did this diagnosis so that we know how to work with you, not only psychologically, mentally, but also energetic, clearing and helping you to cope with these energy accumulations. So it's a very complex world. It's not just what we see. It's what we feel. And these, some children especially, and adults, still have this ability to see clairvoyantly. Normally, the sight is restricted to lower dimensional things like astral entities. When I was little, I would see, and I was transmedia, so the typical family. I would see entities that were very dark and scared with me. I would go to sleep. There were 2 angels that were always with me, protecting me. They're still with me. They're just whatever with me more when I was a child. And so I knew that world. I moved in that world. I understood it. Every time my mother was in her body, but she's not there. There's something else. And that's very scary. But this happens all the time. It's happening even in our friends. The face changes, eyes and the face changes. There are entities that come through you, entities created by yourself, sub-personalities, which we'll get into more. Okay. Have I left you with big questions? Yes. Lots. Just relax because you're protected. Okay, that's all that counts. You're protected. You are. Everything's here. It's all simultaneous. You're not going to get scared because you're here. It's all, and also so are all your guides and teachers. Right here.
like, I felt like there was people lifetime contributions over us, you know. And I don't know if I made it up, that it was my friend's mother who had died half a year before, but I just felt so much love that I just couldn't. What does that have to do with that? Or is it?
No, it's probably absolutely true. Mothers, well, parents and people who've been close to your grandfathers, they will come. If they are allowed to, they have to be. They will come from time to time and see how you do it.
This other friend I knew, it was very called, but it was a beautiful.
Yeah. Sure. There are progress between spirit and spirit. Unfortunately, most of them are working in the lower things, and we can judge, evaluate character. A transmission is by the level of the personality of the person who's transmitting. You will transmit according to your likes and dislikes, your aversions, and your vibration, your stability, emotionally and mentally. Um, because like attracts like is really basic. I think you sent me a little diagram that principles. Like attracts like. That is what you repeated in year 2. Her mystery is a little bit more. But it is the premise for all energy. We're all each. We're vibrating in a certain way. We will attract them. So
It is, there is,
they will read your aura without knowing that they're reading the aura. They will, first of all, they will usually get into the emotional counterpart, and they will fuse with you and read what is in your aura. So they will read back to you what you want to hear. And they say, "Oh, it's amazing. How did you know this?" You know, but it's in your aura. It's information. There's a way of tapping into that. And most of them are like that. Now, there may sometimes come a message through your guides if it's something important that you need to hear at that moment. A warning, an opening. They will find a way of communicating with you somehow. We all have very dear personal guides are like friends, as well as our masters and teachers, as well as the ray under which we operate, and ascended masters who guide us, who guide the groups that guide us. So all of this is worked out very neatly from their side. And what we're supposed to hear is what we are capable of assimilating and what we're open to receiving. Which is when you have to start looking at what are you receiving, what are you open to start up for, what illusions are in you. The level of illusions that you have is the level of illusions that you will receive. It's very serious. This is why I've been doing this all my life. Passionately, as I said, right? Really, it's like there's so much bullshit. There's so many lies. We need to understand the principles behind all of these influences so that we can create that you die, and the body dissolves back into the earth, but the body imprints will go back into the collective pool of matter. So it will be reused. Okay, we recycle. Okay. The imprints, as far as the subtle level of consciousness is, they will go into a station where you will process them, which is where you've heard of the books of the dead. Okay, there's a lot of processing going on there. And then your soul, your spirit, the soul will rise to the level, to its original level of spirit, and the soul will go to where it belongs, which is a different level. And the soul is the sum total of all the experiences you've had, the lessons that you've learned. It's a good sign. All of the apprenticeship, the lessons that you've had. So that's where your main station will be. And it's there where you will rest, integrate, do your work, whatever that might be, with your group, with whatever it might be. And in time, decide to re-embody. And what you do is you go back down vibrationally, and you pick up all the unresolved shit that you didn't work out in the previous life, and you have another chance to do. Okay, under a different body, in a different setting, and with all the help and all the guides. There's many people by you who are working the same problems that you're working through, and will be here to guide you. They are not embodying, because embodying is a very, very special privilege, and it's not overcome. There's a huge waiting. It's a huge queue.
Do you go back to the end of the line?
I say it depends on the type of soul, the type of under what ray you're on, what's your level of involvement is, and what your mission, and what your service life is. It all amounts to service. We're working all together. There's nobody who is invaluable, and there's nobody who is better than anybody else. So it's like whoever can in that lineage take over the mission. Okay, so now we'll do meditation now. Finish with the do you need another TV break? Hello? Before the meditation, you need a TV break? Yes, please. Okay, we're running. I am going to. That's fine. That's fine. So no.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank Ask when. Yesterday. You already inspired it, but you already asked me the question.
I already.
I have a question.
Я получила зв'язок і все хорошо. Я могу встретиться с теми, с кем я хочу на Майорке в июле. Визу не предполагает задание в весь Шенген. У меня приходит смс, что виза выдана. Я очень рада, что я получила.
Yes, yeah. That's how you understand.
Hi.
Yes, yes.
Meditation time.
Ahora me pasas una copia del libro.
Yes.
So, why don't you just explain about the meditation? No, just the respect. Okay. We will have more books just on Monday, so who wants a copy of the English version? Sorry? No, okay, but then we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we have to. And then the other people already have it, or? Oh, okay. If not, we can mail it, but then people that are in Europe, it's easier to send it to Germany or whatever than send it to us.
Hasina, do you have a copy of the book?
Yes, I do. I started reading it
Okay.
and practicing.
No problem. Alright. So then we stay after the meditation, and we can distribute the.
This is part of the grace of this place and the people who are sponsoring it. Okay, so this is what we're going to do now. This is called the Master Practice. Some of you have already seen it. It's on your page 20, as in the book. It's the alchemical alignment or the Master Practice. We are going to position ourselves. I'm going to be guiding you. I'm going to be guiding you with my words and imagery between to form this connection between the heavens and the earth. And this is to be done repeatedly. Ideally, you are to live in this position, in this line, everywhere you go, everything that you do. Always to remember that you are between, that this body exists between the heavens and the earth. You're being constantly fed forces from the earth into your body as health, and from the heavens as intelligence in all kinds of faculties from, that are coursing through you. When you separate from this alignment is when you go into the egoism of your personality or the egoism of the ego, where you think you can do it on your own, you don't need any help from outside. You are going to do this in your way, in your time, with your people, or however it is that you choose to do. So the idea is to position ourselves constantly. I'm going to close the book. Even as we're sitting down here, the alchemical alignment is with the figure of light underneath my feet, as if I was sitting, and you were standing or sitting at this point. I mirror the surface. And I will repeat that in the meditation. Give you a preview. And this mirrored surface underneath you reflects your sitting or standing posture. If you were to be lying down, it would be underneath the soles of your feet in the other direction of the bed. So it isn't always underneath the earth. It is always in position to your physical body. So underneath the soles of my feet is this reflection. Only in a mirror it would be flat, and our mind understands that it's a flat surface that is reflecting our body. In the meditation, we make this figure at our feet three-dimensional. So it occupies the same space that our physical body does. And that's what we call our roots. Many different systems of meditation that use visualize your roots going down, or visualize connection with the magnetic forces of the earth. They will do different forms of visualization to induce this contact with the earth. Ours is called the figure of light. And it is a tremendously luminous reflection of your own body, which is real, has energy of its own. Later on, we will use that waves. There in the image in the screen, you have two illustrations of the figure of light below and the whole alignment. Then we are constantly receiving through a ray of light, which is what we really are. The influence from the cosmos, the universe, the spirit, and that is what feeds your entire nervous system. Even though the nervous system is a physical display in your body, what the voltages that comes through it are cosmic. So there's intelligence that needs to be created. There's no way of producing consciousness. You can produce acts of doing through robots, but you cannot reproduce what is the spark of consciousness. You cannot create consciousness, which is within the human being, and this is what you are, this is what you've always been. And this is coming from a frequency which is much higher. Now we go up, pointing up, meaning higher frequency, pointing down, meaning lower frequencies. There's absolutely no judgment whatsoever as to lower frequencies. On the contrary, we are one heal, our body, the planet is an entity. It is as celestial as all the other planets and suns and the masters are, and just chosen to embody the planet and send them. Okay, so let us go through the process now. Every time you close your eyes in a meditation, I want you to be aware that as you're closing your eyes, you're pulling inside to be here, I have to be sending out lines of force visually and energetically to feel and fill up this space of my awareness. So when you close your eyes, you're bringing all of those lines of force, all of those energies into your body to weight. You're transferring from thought into physical presence, weight and density. I will guide you. Your intention begins right now, applying attention, focus, visualization, and sensation. Put your attention now inside your body. So close your eyes and you pull in the impressions, the sensations, everything from around you inside your body. You transfer it to the awareness of the weight and density in your entire body. Breathe and accentuate the sensation. Long, even breaths. Without exaggerating too much, go beyond your usual minimal range. Please place your hands palms down. Palms of your hands should be down, please. Breathe deeply. And breathing in through the mouth to accentuate the noise so that follow it. Breathing in through the nose or the mouth. Big round breaths. Feeling the weight and density of your body, all parts. Initial observation will reveal that not all parts of your body are occupied by your consciousness evenly. There are parts of your body that you're not in touch with, or that are cold, or feel empty inside. Your attention, intention, see your body and feel it from within. The parts that are more dense than others. Breathe. Take in that mental periscope everywhere in your mind. Accentuating the sensation at the cellular level of your body. Now, to make it a little easier, I'm going to systematically come up from the toes, where and visualize filling your body up with small seeds. You know those little pillows that we use with the eyes, and they have that seed inside. Or buckwheat. So visualize filling the toes and the feet with small seeds. Just that seed of buckwheat. to the sense of weight and density, to fully occupy the volume of your physical life. Imagine the sensation. Continue getting up the inside of the body, moving up to the calves, and all the way up through the legs, to the hips. Accompanying it with the breathing. The breathing sucks up the energy, heightens, accentuates the sensation. And releasing on the out breath. Deepen the breath. And sense yourself. This may not be so easy at first. You need to switch to the body itself as a subject instead of thinking about the body. You become the body. Filling it up with these seeds from the bottom all the way up through the calves, coming up the legs up to the hips, the whole genital area, and going inside the belly. As you breathe, keep sensing the weight of your body up the whole of your physical container. And move your attention through the middle of your body, up to the chest, going through the lungs and the chest, up to the throat. Breathe and help yourself accentuate the sensation. You are the body itself breathing now. Your consciousness, or we will be calling your personal focus and consciousness, entirely inside and one with your instrument, your temple, the body. Filling it up with your awareness, with your consciousness. You're filling it up with these little seeds. From the neck, drop down to the shoulders and spill down inside the arms and fingers. Long, full breaths. There is a pleasure associated every time consciousness is evoked. And now allow it to rise up and very gently through the neck into the head. You feel like an electricity lighting up in the head. Breathing fully. Feeling and feeling the entire body now filled with your consciousness. In the sense of weight and density. Feel yourself healing. physical body as a unit. The bottom and the top parts in balance, the right and the left. If it should be a little bit off, the moment you direct your attention, excuse me, your focus of consciousness to the side that is weaker, you take the energy in that direction. Your energy will follow your thought. It will follow your focus of consciousness. Take it to those parts that are least pronounced. Equalize all parts of your body. Awaken to the particular language of your body inside of yourself. A different sort of sensations. Your entire body, one being. And now, we go to the second stage of the alchemical alignment or the master practice. Connecting to that figure of light underneath you, the light shadow of your physical body. The figure that I suggested is like a reflected image of a mirror underneath your feet, and occupying the same volume as your body, only inversely, upside down. Feel it, and as you take your attention there, you evoke a subtle form of sensation. Become aware, it's like a frequency of light, has a sound to it. And sense how this sort of electricity, this body of light, this figure of light, alters your sensation. You experience the figure of light as if you open a trap door and your attention dropped down to include it. Noticing how the sensation now shifts from density to the expansion, to the impression of a light expanding, expansiveness. It's all very, very subtle. Try your best, but don't worry if you don't get it right away. Your senses need to get used to this subtleties, tremendous array of subtle sensations. You now should have two sensations simultaneously in your body, in your physical body. Your body has a physical earth shape and weight, density and breadth, but it also contains light, providing two experiences simultaneously. Weight density and light expansiveness. Breathing fully, joyously, pleasure. Observe the impact of the light shadow grounding your body. Experience both the material body and the figure of light together at the same time. And let your breath be part of your overall awareness. Breathing in and breathing out. Take your time. Breathing in fully, breathing out. Sustaining the awareness of occupying both a physical body of great density and that figure of light and expanse. Observe and sense pulsation, the language of matter in your body. Your body speaks to you through pulsations, just like microscopic, multiple heartbeats all over. And make the distinction between attention that you use to focus and awareness, which is the effect, the language of the light. Open yourself as awareness to the language and to the visual of your body in alignment with the earth. Now we move on to the third and final stage of the alchemical alignment. We're going to connect to solar power now. Please forget any other techniques that you may have used in the past to connect. And visualize and see a scintillating electronic sun positioned above you at a great distance, at least 3 meters over your head, really far up. Simply imagine sensing its presence there. As if you had this huge sun over your head, you're intuiting its presence there. Without taking your attention all the way up, just intuit its presence. The intention is enough to sensorially evoke the experience. Your secondary attention now is keen. your awareness of this electric energy. It's diffuse. But keep your main attention at the physical level for the moment. Everything else you experience peripherally. Your light and also the sun presence above, as well as your breath, breathing in, through, and out. You are connected, you are aligned, you are aware of earth forces, and you are aware of the sun presence. Both sources circulating down and up and around and inside. Your breath is like a breeze that connects the different sensibilities. Yeah. Sometimes we may touch you. We try to do it very, very gently. So we don't get just online. Now, in your alignment with your secondary attention, the highest levels of the electronic sun presence above, extend your awareness to the space around you in an all-inclusive attitude. Now receive the light shower that emanates from above and now surrounds your body at the primary attention level. You're being showered with this grace from the sun presence, and it is creating a tube of light around you, encircling and protecting your body and your energies. Feel this, visualize it, hold this visualization sensation around you. The tube of light extends to a distance as if you were to spread your arms up and out. It's like to the tip of your fingers. That's as far as the tube of light at this moment goes around. And become aware now of the full impact of what you have called before, what you have created through your intention, evoked by your sensation feeling, and that you're holding with your thinking mind. These are all instruments we will learn to use effectively. Attention, as we focus on consciousness, sensation feeling, and thinking mind. Practice this alignment with full awareness as often as you can, striving to activate both types of awareness and the dialogue between them. This dialogue is very, very beautiful. As beautiful as when you felt and you feel this downpour of grace. Just imagine for a moment the center from where this grace descends. That magical, beautiful, electronic sun presence above you. It has a voice. It has a presence. It loves you. A love like you have never experienced before. Feel it. You will be asked to commune with this spirit force, this electronic sun presence, your own spirit self. You will be asked to hold dialogues with it. Listen and decode what it says to you different times. And you will note it all down as you receive it, as you interpret it at the moment. Now apply this alchemical alignment in ordinary life, your daily activities. Impress this sensation on your body and your awareness. The heavens and the earth. I am, you are, a passage. Observe how you direct your attention and the kinds of awareness you evoke of the physical world around you, both the material level and at the level of the highest frequency above. Know this for the first or for the most important moment from here on in. If you are both here in this physical body, as you are there in your spirit self, your body, your presence in the body is a mere extension. Your body is a tool, an instrument of the solar being that you are. I am that I am. And here, that which I am, in all space and time, always happening. Source, spirit, self. Very, very, very gently now. Well, we take the breathing, only now your intention will be breathe into the belly. With the intention of landing inside and changing the frequency down to the level of the level. Occupying the density and weight. Breathing into your belly. Coming back very, very, very fast. You never open your eyes until you are fully back. You're conscious of your body and your surroundings. Here and now is the direction. You're own rhythm, bring yourself back. Instead of continuing with that person, and allow it to take over what they did not talk about. We do that now. Please, yes.
Last bit, which looks like really bad,
Okay, I didn't choose I'm doing this good. When we do the alignment, we raise and you contact and figure light, and especially with the contact above, you are altering the ordinary proportion of light and matter. Normally, we live with a greater proportion in matter. We are more bodies than we are consciousness. In this teaching, you will learn to balance them both, and you will heighten the frequency of light in your body progressively. Okay? So whenever we do a meditation or a guided, whatever we call it, you will be heightening, you will be raising the level of light, the proportion of light in there. So when we come back, which is why I say do not open your eyes because you will create some people are going to decide this alignment until you are fully back into your temple. You're fully aware of the sensation and rest in your body. Breathing in the belly brings you back into the body. Breathing in the higher over here takes you up, increases the energy of that energy.
But I think instructions are real great things.
all the teachers I've had in Iraq. So there's a certain line that, go back and answer up to a certain level.